Yes, indeed. It's what time is it? 5 past 8 on a Monday night, and I hope I find you well. I'm upside down and out in different places here this evening because I'm trying to get Billy McGuinness on from Aslan, but unfortunately, we're having trouble getting a connection. But hopefully, between now and whatever time we leave, only our final one of 2020. And as I say, I do hope I find you well. But as I said earlier on, we had two legends on the program tonight, and I'm delighted to say we welcome one of them here tonight, and we say hello to Connor McGinty. Connor, hello to
Hello,
you.
hello. What's the crack, sir? How you keeping?
Dead on. How are you?
Not too bad. Getting there, battering on, as
Good
they
lad.
say.
It's good to hear from you. Listen, you know yourself, been a big year, very changeable year. A lot of things that we
Uh,
didn't expect. And I was just looking, look, the worst thing about this year,
my
2020
diary,
diary,
my
like
diary went out the
yourself.
window. My diary went out the
Uh,
window in
I want to
April.
keep a receipt, see if I get my money back,
I
but
held, I held on to it for about, I'd say I held on to it for March, January, February, March,
uh,
April, May. Sort of thought, right, maybe we might get some at the end of the year, but
we,
as you
we were the
know, it
same
sort of went out
actually.
the window.
You were kind of clutching at straws, thinking, actually, we'll be grand. We'll come back in summertime. We'll come back in September. We'll come back in October, and here we are now in December, looking into January. Nothing really
Um,
look forward to.
and it,
How did that? How did you do live stream on Friday night?
we did. It went really well. So we did. I did one on Friday night, and we did one
Uh,
on Saturday night too. But I sort of took a wee break for a while because it was getting a wee bit not monotonous as such, but just a wee bit sort of. I think people had sort of got to a stage where there was that much. Facebook was a bit saturated with live streams, and it just got a bit. I was enjoying them,
uh,
but it was like I felt like it needed a wee break. So
and in fairness too, I suppose when you're playing in front of no crowd, psychologically, it must be hard to do at times. You
uh,
know what I mean?
okay, I enjoyed it. To be fair, I enjoyed it at the beginning. I really did,
Uh,
but it sort of. As you say, like you might have been on. I remember St. Patrick's Day. I was on. There were 600 people watching, and as you
Jeez, very
say,
good. Huh?
you're sitting in front of a screen and there's nobody there. So it was sort of
Aye.
you don't I don't think you really appreciate the number of people that are watching as such.
No, I understand. I know that. And the funny thing about it is, it you don't you're looking at it and then you're trying to read the comments and you're trying to do it's kind
Uh,
of I talk to a lot of people like that
you
and this
become
is
almost like a producer as well as a singer. Like
I
I was
I
actually
know that. Hey,
talking to a fella the other night that was doing a song similar to this actually. Uh,
yeah,
Same sort of setup. A fellow out in Boston, Jim Masters. He's like a PBS host, PBS, and they were doing the same sort of thing, like a chat, and it was a few
uh-huh,
songs and stuff. And he was saying about you've nearly he's had to adapt as a
presenter.
stage man, a presenter,
Aye,
to
aye,
like a behind the scenes producer as a musician as
aye.
well. You sort of have to do the same. Like,
Everybody's got hit. You took a career change yourself. Obviously, you had no choice, like, but you went in a different
uh,
direction then.
it wasn't that I had no choice. I think that I was lucky enough that when the lockdown happened, thankfully, I had a lot of people that support me out there, and I was able to do
Hmm.
the Facebook
Hmm.
lives and the PayPal tip jars and stuff, and kept us going.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't much, but it kept you going. But then it got to a
Aye.
stage then where I was sort of in the house, and I'd said to myself, like, "Wait, what do you do? Do you just sit here and hopefully wait for things to get back to normal, or that could be
Aye.
next year, it could be a year and a half, or do you
McCood is
decide
right.
to get up off your bum and do something?" You know what I mean? I was
Uh
getting a
huh.
bit
Yep.
fed up. I was getting a bit fed up in the house, to be fair.
Hmm.
I was getting a bit sort of not down, but I think just
Oh,
a
it can
bit
affect your mental health. Like,
a bit of
it's
interaction with people would have been good. Like, you know what I mean? And I
funny.
just
I found that talking to a lot of people who were working from home, and a lot of them found that you always had this idea when years ago, God, if I work from home, would be great, And it was doing their head in. It was really knocking them
uh,
sideways, because they were meeting nobody.
I think that's a big part of life. Like, you need that interaction with people. You need to be talking to
Mm,
people, and you need to be. I seen this job advertised. It was for a caring company in Derry, and I
aye,
thought, God, I remember when my granny was living. Like, I would have been doing a lot of caring for her along with my mama, and I thought, well, maybe
aye,
get me out of the house and put me into a position where I've got a sustainable income coming on for the rest of the year. And I went
of
out and
course.
did it to you, and I was doing it right up until 2 weeks ago. As you know, Ashling is due again, and she's got that hyperemesis, which is like a the very severe pregnancy sickness. So she's been in
Right.
and out of hospital with like dehydration and all the stuff that comes
Oh
along with it.
God.
So about 3 weeks ago, I sort of had to pack it in to look after the wee man at home. But I really enjoyed
Aye,
it. You know, it was long hours,
aye, aye.
but it was such a drastic change from gigging
I
to
know.
getting up in the morning at 7 o'clock, and that was usually 11 at night, house to
But
house in the community.
when's Ashley due now?
Ashton's due in June, the 26th of June, 28th of June. So she still
Oh,
has a
please
long way
God,
to go, like, but
I know. And hopefully how things pan out. But she keep it okay, like.
she is now the last couple of weeks, but there for a good 2 or 3 months. It was sort of she was hospitalised every week and a half sort of thing because she couldn't eat.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? She can't eat and she can't drink. Anything that goes on, it's coming back up sort of thing. Like
Oh,
so, I think it's not very common that sickness with pregnancy,
no, I
but
know.
there's a
But
lot
it's
of
worrying too. Like it's worrying. You know what I mean?
I think
It's
I think
stressful. Like.
Kate Middleton, the Princess Kate or whatever,
Aye, aye.
she had it with all three of her. I think there's a documentary about hers, the way it happened and stuff like. But
Right, right.
it's scary. It's scary enough, but she's doing
Uh,
grand the last couple of weeks.
Please God.
Thank
Eh? How's the
God.
wee man
So
keeping? What age is the wee boy
brilliant.
now?
He's just turned 3, big and bad, getting so he is.
Good.
But
Good age, eh?
he
Brilliant,
keeps it. He
brilliant.
keeps us going, like sort of thing. So it's
Aye.
great.
And
Santa's
you Dawn, was the debut album. How did you find that?
a couple of brilliant. You know what I mean? It's sort of
Aye,
it was one of them things. This year was a great year for me at the beginning of it because the end of last year, start of this year because
aye,
we
aye.
released the album in November and it got the #1 on the iTunes World Music Chart. And then we did the
Aye, you
big
done very
show.
well.
We did the big show in the City Hotel in November, and then in March, I was very lucky to get away with doing the Millennium Forum gig. We had
That's right.
600 at that, and that was literally a week before the whole lockdown kicked in. So,
I remember
look,
you.
it
I
was
remember talking to you prior to that. It was a big
uh,
thing for you.
all massive. It was like I think obviously because I was doing the bars and the hotels and the odd wedding
I
and stuff,
know, I know, I
I was
know.
doing that full time. But this was like a step forward sort of thing where I ticketed the events
Okay.
and people coming to hear
Uh,
me singing the Irish stuff that I love doing. Like
Aye,
so,
that's nice too. Nice feeling. Like. Come
oh, it
here.
was
How
it
long?
was brilliant.
How long is this since the X Factor? How long's that now? 10.
X Factor. I don't have 10 years though, but I'm not that old yet.
Wow. Wow.
4 years, I think, isn't it? Four
4
years.
years is it? Jeez,
Four
I thought it
years.
was longer.
2016 was the year I did
Oh,
it.
my
So it,
apologies. I thought it was longer.
4 years
That's a
ago.
tough
I
as
look. I know a lot. I know a lot, guys, but I'm not that old yet. Paul, come on.
You've learned a lot in 4 years, I guarantee you.
Oh, I've learned a lot. That's right. Too. You have to sort of good experience. It was a good experience. Like it was.
Of course,
It was a
it
good
was.
stepping
Of course it was.
stone. But
Of course it was, and it was good for you, and a good platform for you to learn. And by God, you'll learn with that because it's a.
big time.
As
You
you said
learn.
to me one time before, you're coming in front of thousands of people, and the next thing you're bung,
Look, I
nothing.
think that's when you're at that age too. Like I was only what? I was only at my start of my 20s, 2016. Like, and I was only getting my feet with things. And
I
as I
know.
said to you before, you come off it and you
Aye,
might think, oh, this is terrible. But in the
I know.
grand scheme of things, I think this year itself sort of made you realize,
Aye,
things aren't that bad.
pri-
You know what I mean?
prioritize things a lot. So anyway, plans for next year, if there's such a thing. But what have you in the pipeline?
Well, I'm going to be obviously that first album I released was all covers. Well, not well, mostly covers. Had 4 originals on it, but this next
Aye,
album now with Eamon, Eamon Cran, he's no stranger to the show. Yourselves.
of course, Eamon. We know Eamon
We're
well. Yeah,
getting started on that now in January. So that I've been
good
writing away
stuff.
over lockdown. I think we have about 8 or 9 originals there that are good enough. I think so. It's going to be a
Yeah, very
fully
good.
fully original album, and then hopefully, if we can, at the end of the year,
And
a
you probably
concert.
wouldn't have got a chance to do that if you had been working the way you were working. You wouldn't have got a chance to sit down and write originals, wouldn't you? Not so.
Nah, it probably would have been the same as the last one, maybe 3 or 4. Like,
Hmm.
I sort of go on and out of love for music. Like, I could be really, really into it for 6 months, really at it, going for everything. I think the last time I was up with yourselves in the studio, I'd just been back
Hmm.
from doing UTV Life last year and the Nolan show.
That's
I
right.
would, I
That's
would work,
right.
I would work really hard towards wee things like that for myself, but then the
Aye.
other 6 months of the year, I've nearly burnt myself out. We no agent and no management. You're doing everything yourself. You sort of
Yes.
burn yourself out a wee bit, and then you enjoy a break. So
Hmm.
this year's been good in a way, but think the break can only go on so long before you're ready to get
Mm.
back out and get at it. Like, you know what I mean? So
No, I think you'll be ready when it comes round again. Now you'll be ready to hit the ground running, as they say.
well,
Please
a couple
God,
of
and
couple of stone to lose until then. Like, I have a stone off me. The lockdown went
I
on very
mean, good
quick,
man.
but
But a lot of people went reverse.
no, I did. I had
Good man.
three stone on over lockdown, but I've managed to
Oh,
get
did you?
I've managed to get a stone off there since
Good man. Well done.
two and a
Well
half weeks
done.
ago training. So we have another couple to
Very
go.
good.
But
Well, that's good. You keep them positive. We don't. That's the main thing.
of course,
And
you have to. You have to.
absolutely. Well, listen, I just want to wish you a very, very happy Christmas. I want to wish you the best for the new year coming on. And please God, you get on the road. Your
You
album
too.
works out.
You
I'm
too,
really looking
Paul.
forward to hearing that. And Ashley and yourself, and of course the wee boy. I hope everything goes well for you.
And
We'll be
hopefully it
thinking
won't be
about you.
too long. Hopefully it won't be too long before we're back down in the studio again.
Well,
Some
please
Monday
God, hey,
night.
we look forward to having you down for the crack. You know what I mean? And as I say, you have to remain positive, and you're a positive person because I've enjoyed that about you. And
You have
a
to
lot of
stay strong, as they say.
a lot of people love you and love your music, and that can be shown when you do your Facebook lives, as you say, and things like that. But keep at it and keep doing what you
Uh,
enjoy,
no,
and
it's great that I have a
important.
good support, like, and it's obviously I'm
You have,
really
you have.
thankful of that as well, like. So
Yeah. Well, so plans for Christmas? Well, then you're sort of you're tied up, anyway, because the wee man's Santa's around the corner, and
he's a brilliant age now for these three,
aye,
so that'll be exciting on the house, and then obviously
good stuff.
we'll just be myself and Ashley on the way, and my mum and dad and
Aye,
the brother and
aye,
sister like, for Christmas. So and
I will
Ashley's
enjoy it.
mommy
Aye.
as well. That's if we can still meet up.
That's right. I actually wouldn't know. Could change tomorrow.
It's getting ridiculous now, isn't it? Like, but I
You
suppose
might be
health
allowed to
comes
meet up
first.
with
Like,
yourself. You might be allowed to meet up with
but
yourself. If it keeps going the way it's going. But
this week
listen,
it's
Connor, thanks for
going
taking the
to.
time. And I enjoyed having you on. As I say, we enjoyed watching your career this last couple of years, this last 10 years. As I said.
Thank you
As I
very,
said.
cheeky. Thank you very much as well for all the support the two of you have given me over the years.
You're more than
It's
welcome.
been
You're more the
great. So
pleasure's
thank
ours.
you.
I
Have a
look
good
after
one,
yourself,
Paul.
all right?
Have a
And you
good one.
too. Thank you very much
Have a
indeed. That's Connor McGinty. And Connor is very well known throughout the Northwest, of course, and great fella. We always enjoy his music, and we always enjoy having him along. Not only do we enjoy having that man along, but we also enjoy um, a band that we've come, well, one of the hardest working bands in the country, and we've delighted to say we have them as friends, and it's a big thing for me. But I'm delighted to welcome on this different platform that we've been on, and I'm glad we got you at the end of Billy McGillis. How are you?
I was panicking earlier. I couldn't get
Jesus,
I know.
I know. Because Jimmy said to me, he said, I can't get him through. Because Jimmy,
I
in
know.
fairness,
Look,
I just
we're
said to
here
Jimmy,
now.
go on.
Anyway, it's
Aye,
great
great.
to see you. It's wonderful to see you, Paul. Especially if
Good
I
to
can
see
actually
you.
see you. You know.
Aye, I know. And hey, this year has been, as I was saying to Connor, this year has just been crazy. It's a crazy word. It's no point saying. But yourself, Billy, like, there's no point. It just went from rock and roll to nothing.
Where do you
Nothing.
start? I was looking at the diary, and this time last year, actually tonight we were in Glasgow. This time last year,
Jesus, that's right.
Yeah, we done Manchester, Glasgow, London. We were coming back on the 23rd, and then, as you know, you always come up to see us in Vicar Street, to
Vicar
3 nights
Street,
in Vicar Street. This Christmas is it's so strange. But the whole year, I mean, Christy's dad passing with the COVID.
That's right, Jesus,
There's been
right. I
so
forgot
many.
that.
It's been so many on so many levels. It's been a hell of a year, but not just for us, but for everyone, Paul. For everyone. Do you know what I mean? I think.
Well, I remember. I remember
on.
talking to you, and you're talking about the like of Smokey and the boys that worked for you for years, and they had to look for another job. They had to look in a different direction, and that's
It's-
hard for you too.
Correct. Very, very hard, you know. And Smokey was, in fairness, Smokey was working at one of these Santa Claus extravaganzas in the RDS. But you know what? He was working. That's the main thing. You're talking
See,
about,
this is it.
you're talking about
Exactly.
one of the best salesmen in Ireland, you know, having to do that. But
I know.
our industry has been decimated. It really has, you know. There is a little bit of hope on the horizon, I suppose. I don't know if your listeners are aware, but we were down in Killarney last weekend. The government have given a certain amount of money to a few venues in Ireland, and they have to spend it before the end of this month. So there's been loads of live streams, and Aslan are doing one on the night we're normally in Vicar Street. We had to mark
27th.
the 27th of December, and it's 8:00, and it's from the INEC in Killarney. So if your listeners can tune into that.
How do you get into that? Just through your Facebook?
There's a link on our Facebook. There'll be a link on the INEC's Killarney's Facebook as well. The link is up at the moment, but we'll be pushing it as we get closer. So you just click the link and it brings you to the gig, you know.
It's and it's, I suppose, does that mean a lot to you as a group, being able to do that again?
Yeah, because like Paul, we got to release a single, Hold On, in last June. We weren't going to even put that out, but we felt the title of the song, and it was so meaningful to us and what everyone was going through. So I mean, we had that out. But with Christy's underlying health condition as well, like people tend to forget that Christy has cancer and he's going through chemo, and that hasn't changed. So we had the extra hassle of we couldn't go down to rehearse or write with Christy. We had to kind of stay away from him. And the way I'd be talking to Christy would be like this, you know, on a Zoom or just ringing him up. So yeah, to meet in Killarney was very special, and we got 2 days down there. And it was just like, this is what we missed, you know. It was what we missed as a band. Because Paul, you know us, we have great crack on the road as well.
Oh, Jesus, without a doubt. Without a doubt,
we enjoy it, you know, first and foremost.
And as you say, Christy's not like one of these other singers, because he's got this condition. He just can't, even if I say a vaccine's sorted and he's probably one of the last that'll be able to go up on a stage and perform because of his health.
But that said, he so wants to do it. You know, he's on to Denise, our manager, all the time. Any chance of us coming back? Like there's a festival being advertised at the moment. It's the Wild Roots Festival, and they're saying that's the first festival that's going to come back. And you have like Kaiser Chiefs are playing it, James Morrison are playing it, Aslan.
That's it there.
There's the poster for it there.
Usually they're Damien Dempsey.
Yeah, Damien Dempsey, Jenny Green. It's a great festival, and that's supposed to be the first festival back. Now, we're also supposed to do the Olympia on the 16th of March, which again is a regular gig that we would do every year. It's like the Vicar Street thing. I can't see the Olympia happening, but I can see that Wild Roots Festival happening because it's outdoor. I think that type of thing will come back first. Then
you have Ivy Gardens too on the 16th of July.
Ivy Gardens is on sale, and Aiken Promotions are fairly confident that that's going to go ahead as well. That's July. So, I mean, we should be, everyone should be close to being vaccinated by July, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Please God. And fans will be delighted to know, just in case they don't know, you have released the Platinum collection on vinyl.
Yes, and that was great. That was great to do as well. And what we did was we put the last two singles we released with it as well. Now I Know and Hold On. And again, it's just that's a limited edition. There's only 1,000 copies done. We got 500 copies, and then 500 copies went into Tower Records and Golden Discs and all the rest. That kind of keeps you busy and keeps your fans interested, and it keeps you focused on something to do musically. Do you know what I mean? Because I look for
the album. You see, I have that album up in the collection and CD form. So I said to myself, I must go bring it down. I'll put it on. Jesus, could I find it? I couldn't find it anywhere, right? So I've had ordered on Amazon, so it's coming to me now. I said, Jesus, somebody's taken my album, whatever they've done with it.
Well, I told you, now the album is signed, but again, it's signed digitally because we couldn't go down to Christie. Again, something as simple as signing an album. You know, so
Mm.
what I said to you, Paul, was when you get your album and the first gig back, you'll be
Oh, of course.
you'll be in the dressing room and we'll all put our personal messages
100%.
on
As
it.
always, you've been more than good to us. That's one thing. And do you know this? Like, I know it's a small thing, but Jesus, we missed the fact that we're going to Dublin this Christmas.
I
It's
know.
just totally knocked me out. You know?
It's the same here. We've been doing Christmas gigs in Vicar Street for the last 20 years. And before that, we used to do the Point Depot. We did the Point Depot a couple of times when it was the Point Depot. But we've kind of played at Christmas, you know, forever. It's kind of a tradition. But the Vicar Street thing is so weird because we were actually, again, there's Tommy Tiernan is doing 6 shows from Vicar Street. And you have the likes of Christy Moore is on it, Lisa Hannigan, we're on it, Aslan are on it. And then there's comedians on it. And it's kind of all the acts that are associated with Vicar Street. And because we did the Made in Dublin live album and the DVD in Vicar Street, we're on that show. I think there's 6 shows in total. And Tommy Tiernan is the presenter, but we're myself and Christy are being interviewed, and we get to perform 2 songs. And the 2 songs we picked was Hold On and another song which we've never played live. What's it? I'm On Your Side. So again, look, think about it. Hold On was our last single in June, and we've never played it live, Paul. And here we are in December, and we're still dying to play the bloody song live.
Do you know the thing about Aslan? And I say this before, you bring out these songs now and again that seem to blend in with what's happening in the world at that time. Crazy World,
Hold
On, and that was so. I remember when that came out, and I was like, Jesus, what a song! What, just
a great song.
It seemed to epitomize everything that was happening. It just seemed to be,
it struck a chord
song.
Again. Yeah, it's like Crazy World. Crazy World struck a chord with people, because let's be honest about it. Look what's going on at the moment. I mean, even Crazy World is relevant now. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
How can I protect you in this crazy world? That song it could have been released this year. Do you know what I mean? When you think about it, it was released in 1994. So, but it's still relevant. And the same with Hold On. It's very relevant at the moment as well. And we didn't purposely set out to write songs like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's just something in the psyche that happens.
Are you working on new stuff at the moment? No,
we are, yeah, because I'll tell you why, Paul. And this is going to sound really weird. Well, not next year, in 22, Aslan are celebrating 40 years together.
Wow.
So, and we've set ourselves three goals, right? For 40th year, right? We've set ourselves, we want to do a book on Aslan. We want to do a new album, right? And we want to do a very special gig. So just to commemorate the 40th year.
40 years.
Now,
wow.
I haven't told anyone about this. This has just been discussed about the band. So Paul McDevitt.
Brilliant. Fair fitting. Oh, well, nobody's listening. Don't be worried about that.
Well, yeah,
Jeez, that's brilliant.
We've set ourselves that goal because you have to mark 40 years in the music business. You just have to. You can't let it pass.
There's very few can do it.
1982, we formed. And all those years ago, little did we know. Like, was our first single. Think about that. Was our first single. Little did we know we'd be here 38 years later after going through a pandemic, and we're still here. As people say,
you didn't think it would last. You didn't think it would last, did you? Initially?
When the atomic bomb goes off, there'll only be cockroaches and Aslan left, Paul. That's it.
Very good. I love it. But that's nice. That's very positive news. What you're saying, it gives you. To me, I'm listening to you and I go, geez, you know what? That's brilliant. That's something to look forward to. Actually,
yes.
You know what I mean? So,
yes.
Brilliant. Well done.
It's something for us to aim for as well. Do you know what I mean? It's given us now. And I was saying, we're not 40 years together. We couldn't be 40 years together. I saying, Jesus, we are. Oh my God! Right, so I'm looking forward to that. Maybe the Late Show will give us a special as well. Maybe.
Jesus, I tell you what, it's overdue, isn't it? Let me tell you, my God Almighty. And it's as you say, a book. They would probably put it in the fiction section because they wouldn't believe what you have done. You know what I mean?
Well, Christie's book last year was the biggest selling book in Ireland last year.
Unbelievable. Eh?
Unreal.
Fantastic
great
book.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, without a doubt. Hey. And God, I got that signed. Do you remember you were down in Letterkenny with us November last year?
I was. Maria
Uh,
McCormick supported us.
Maria
She did, and
McCormick was on.
She did the Millennium Forum with us as well.
She's done the Derry one too.
That was just before the lockdown. That was just before.
Well,
Was it?
Maria's. We're doing a concert on Wednesday night. This Wednesday night, myself and Jimmy are emceeing at a concert in Letterkenny, and it's a fantastic event. Maria's at it, and there's loads of other artists on it, and it's all social distance, no audience and stuff.
Yeah.
But the production, oh my God, it's just top notch. So we're looking forward to that too, to be honest. And the reason why I do this. There's not many people watching us, or I don't particularly, it doesn't annoy me, but because of the lockdown, we had to go off air at the end of March. And because Highland Radio is a company that makes their money out of advertising,
Yes.
they couldn't keep us. So that's okay, there's no problem. But I was missing that whole interaction with bands, with artists, and I was really feeling for artists. I'm lucky enough, I have no income. This is just music's a hobby to me. By God, I felt for like yourselves, and I really I was taking not too personal, but I was really annoyed for people, so we decided to do this just to bring people on. Let's have a talk and keeps just
it's great,
for me.
It was Paul, the minute you asked me would I go on this, of course. Why?
You did.
Because number one, you're a friend. You said it at the start. You now become a friend. It's not just for business or promotion reason we do this. It's because we enjoy chatting to each other and we enjoy each other's company.
Of course.
But of course, it gets me talking about the band and it gets me talking about music. I'm missing this as well. Do you know what I mean?
I know. I know, and like because you said you're 40 years at it, you must have joined that band. You're about 8.
Paul, I celebrate my 60th birthday in October.
Would I tell you something? You put that up, or the band put it up, and I was like, no way. There's no way. I tell you what, you're a fresh man for 60 years of age, believe me, Guinness. Let me tell you. I had it now.
Paul, thank you.
I had it now on the day they bring in the new president, the 20th of January. That's when I hit the big one. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I actually applied for my bus pass the other day. So I'm quite
I think I'm 5 years. I think it's 65 you get the bus pass down here. So yeah.
I can go around the north for free. My wife will never see me. They'll never see me. They'll see he's away in the bus.
Right.
But it's good to be here. It's good to be able to do that.
It is.
I can't have you on without mentioning this.
Ah yes, come on, 6 in a row. Not only the Dubs, but the ladies won 4 in a row as well.
I know that my brother-in-law was down there yesterday.
51. I'm sorry, Mayo. We gave us another battering. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, Dublin didn't play particularly well. Do you know what I mean? Like Mayo were in that game. They were in the game all the way up to half time. It was going, Jesus, the Mayo lads are they're putting up. Dublin weren't 100%, but they still beat them. So that's a sign of a good team.
When we go up to Dublin, we always when we go to Vicar Street, we go to a pub beside it. I think it's the Bakers.
Yes,
the Bakers pub.
Yes, correct.
We go on there, right? Yeah. Myself and Sean usually go on there, and we've got to know these boys on there, and they're there every year, and we must have factored. So we'd be going on with or Sean might wear something with Tyrone on it.
Yeah,
and they're cracking that barbally. It's unbelievable, and they're all Dubs supporters, and oh geez, but and I always think of them boys and think of yourselves, and because you put a video up, a crazy word being played at Croke Park, and that there would be like, you can feel that.
That was 2019, and what a buzz! Hearing Crazy World blasting out in Croke Park, and then you look at Saturday. And there's nobody in the stadium. Do you know what I mean? The different atmosphere, no atmosphere there. But
I know.
Do you know what, Paul? It's.
Well,
look, we'll get through it. We'll get the vaccine. Everyone will get the vaccine. And do you know what gig I missed the most? I missed the Empire in Belfast. I really missed that gig. You were there for that.
Fantastic. God. Fantastic. I think we done 2 there. We were there twice.
We did 2 nights, yeah, and I was only looking at photographs today from the Empire in Belfast, and I was saying, what a gig. What an atmosphere.
Were you going back? Were you going to the Limelight, or you were?
We
No.
we planned. What happened was we sold out 2 nights in the Empire, so we were
Aye.
taking it. We had this again. You make these plans, Paul. We had
Aye.
a plan that we wanted to play the Ulster Hall. The last time we played the Ulster Hall was 1987 when we supported Stiff Little Fingers. We were on a European tour with them, and we played the Ulster Hall supporting them. And we said to ourselves, we'll get back. So we had a plan. We'll do 2 Empires. If we sell them out, we'll move to a bigger venue, which would be the Limelight. And then after the Limelight, then the only way you can go is the Ulster Hall. Of course, the pandemic came in and destroyed all that plans. So we'll start again in 21. We'll start with the Empire again, and let's go again. But we will get to the Ulster Hall. I'll never forget that.
Fantastic. It's one of them. It's got that old style atmosphere about it that you can't get that in a lot of places, you know.
No, you can't. And the crowd are just all around you, and they're close.
I love standing on it, you know, when it's down at the front, and I love looking at the crowds you see, and I love looking at the place, and you're looking what you're looking at. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you just tend to look forward, but if you look back, I remember poor Joe lumped on that time. Do you remember?
Joe was on sciatic nerve. He couldn't walk. I have to tell you a funny story actually about supporting Stiff Little Fingers in the Ulster Hall. They have this song called Alternative Ulster, right?
And they do,
and it starts with the guitar down. So we're on the Ulster Hall is packed, right? And we're about to do this. Now, this is the last date of a European tour with Stiff Little Fingers. We did every date with them except Dublin because we had our own date. So anyway, we're about to go into This Is, and Christy said this is our single, which it was at the time, from Feel No Shame. And we're about to start it, and next of all, in the Ulster Hall, we hear this guitar going down down. I looked at Joe. Joe's not playing it. Joe's looking at me. I'm not playing it. There's Jake Burns, the lead guitarist, the singer in Stiff Little Fingers, and he's up on the balcony, and he's just ruined our gig because the minute the crowd heard Stiff Little Fingers Alternative,
that was it.
They went bananas, and they thought we were going to do it. And we did. Do you know what?
God!
He got. There was nothing we could do. There was nothing we could do. We went, Jake, what did you do that for? And he was grinning, he was smiling at us, you know. He just ruined it. He ruined it. He ruined This Is. Yeah, he ruined
another cracking story for the book, no doubt. You know, and God knows you've loads of them. Come here, listen. I am not going to hold you up. I just wanted people to know that the gig is on this 27th, which is Sunday night, Friday night.
Is it Sunday night? Is it the Sunday night? 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Tickets are available at the moment for Ivy Gardens on the 16th of July through Ticketmaster.ie. And do you know what? I would give anything to be there this year. And please God, we will be there. Do you know what I mean? We will be there this year.
And also, let's hope the Wild Roots Festival goes ahead, because if that goes
please.
If that goes ahead, that's the start of it. Then that'll make it summer. You know, it means I think it's
a
good chance. It's outdoor, Paul. You know, so
of course. Well,
can I just
as always,
wish everyone? Can I wish you and Jimmy and everyone involved in Highland? I know you're not on Highland, but you've been very good to us, very supportive. And you know, Paul, it's not about how many people are listening. It's about your love of the music, and it's about you know your support. And you had that guy Connor on before you. It doesn't matter who it is. You're very supportive of everyone. So I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and here's to a better 2021.
And we do the same to you. And you definitely have to tell Christy and the gang we're all asking for them.
Absolutely. And the movie, the book, and the gig. 40 years of
Billy, happy Christmas, my friend. Thank you so much.
Happy Christmas.
Billy McGuinness, what can I say? Look out for the book and the gig and everything else that goes with it, because they're such a pleasure and such a delight to know. And the great thing about you know, you have heroes when you're growing up that you follow in music, and to get to know them personally is a big thing. As I said to you, this Wednesday night, hang on a second, myself and Jimmy are hosting a very special concert which takes place in RCC, but it's been streamed. The Clan Crew are on it, the Ports are on it, Blackbird and Crow in their thousands, Maria McCormick, Without Willow, Diane Cannon, Mark Black, Sheer Buzz, Aaron Everything. Don't think that's his real name, but anyway, he's a rapper. George Houston, who is a name that you're going to hear a lot about. Absolutely brilliant. Only a young lad, fantastic. Jonathan Smeaton, Oisin Nee, St. Sapphin's National School up there in Doneloop will be on it. Ted Ponsonby and Sarah. And as I say, thanks to Jeremy Fitzhoward and of course the team down there, Hugh Boyle and all. Check it out. You can follow it on their page. It's going to be a brilliant gig because we've been watching it and following it. Oh, and I have to say hello. A big hello. Hang on a minute to see. I write stuff down, you know. Oh, wait. I met a couple of young people from a school out in Dunnamana, which is close to us here, and it's primary 5 and 6 class in St. Michael's School in Dunnamana, and Orla Devine, their teacher, said hello, and she said they've been very good the whole year, so Santa's going to be with them. Listen, as I say, we have, hang on to just come off this. We just done this for a bit of crack. It's nothing serious, but thanks to all the musicians that came on with us on this, I don't know what you call it, broadcast or whatever. Thanks indeed for your company. Thanks for listening to us. Please God, we're all back together in 2021. Look after yourself and stay safe. Have a great Christmas and the very best for New Year. And thanks especially Jimmy Stafford. You don't see him, you see. Can't afford to put him on screen. But for myself, Paul McDevitt, listen, have yourself a good one and take care. Thanks to Billy McGuinness, as always. And of course, the brilliant Conor McGinty. Well done. Thank you very much. Best of luck.